less than half. We can comfortably now service our debts using our exports. Then, finally, look at these rates. 91-day T-bill, 16%. Now it is 8.79. Let's move to the next quickly. I think this is basically a repeat of what I've said. Go to the next. Again, go to the next. No, but go back there. Just one comment. On the reforms that we have carried out, there is what we call treasury single account. Some of us have heard about it, but they don't know what it is. What this means is we had accounts scattered all over in commercial banks without government having visibility. National Treasury not even knowing how much we have. Presently, now we can see our balances. And I will tell you, Your Excellency, that it has led to this. Look at how much we used to pay central bank. Because we used to take overdraft from central bank on shortfalls to service maybe some loans which are falling due quickly. And in this year, 23-24, we even paid 9.6 billion. This is interest on overdrafts that we used to take. Today, it is 3 billion. But listen to this. July, Your Excellency, we have only paid 30 million. In July, 30 million. If we maintain that, it means we'll only pay 360 million shillings for the whole year as overdraft interest. Why? Because now we can see our balances which are lying idle elsewhere in all our accounts. So we don't have to borrow money, and yet we have money in other accounts. Let's move to the next one. Move to the next. Now, this is just a comparison. Debt to GDP ratio 72. Now it is 67 to 68.
John,
yes.
Just wait 1 minute.
Sorry.
Just go back to that single treasury account.
Let's go back to treasury single account.
You know, friends, the issue of treasury single account is a very big and transformational step that we took. Many administrations tried to do this single treasury account, and it was impossible. You know, since Kibaki, it was not possible to do it because there was money being made by people placing government money in different accounts. Now we said, and sometimes you go to the market to borrow money when you have your own money sitting in a bank. You know, it is very foolish. So what we did, we said, we must have visibility of all government money in every account. And before we go to the market to borrow, we use the money we have. If we have money here that is not being used now, it is supposed next month. We take that money, use it this month, we will find the money for next month. So that, and I must congratulate our good people at Treasury for taking that very bold step. Today, look, in 2023-2024, because we didn't have Treasury single account, we paid 9.6 billion on interest. That has come down to this year, 2026, 3 billion. And he's now telling you, for July, only paid 30 million. Because now the thing is being seamless. This is part of the reforms that nobody will tell you about. Because we are not saying it ourselves. We must say it loudly, you know, so that people know we have transformed the economy of the country. Whatever numbers you see here have not happened by accident. It is because of the reforms that we have carried out in that space. Treasury single account is one big step that we have. So we are being told some other character is saying, because he doesn't know, he says, oh, I'm going to come and do a treasury single account. Hana habari kwamba it is already done.
Thank you, Your Excellency. I know, thank you, Your Excellency. Now, this one is just a comparison. All the things that I talked about, debt to GDP ratio has improved, you can see. 91-day treasury bill rates gone down. debt service to export, that is 2022 to 2026. I have explained all this, so we can move to the next. Then just move to the next. I think I've spoken to all this. So in summary, this is what we have done in terms of liability management. We have reduced refinancing risk. We have reduced refinancing risk, which was real, and you saw it. We have improved our debt profile. Fortunately, even the report from IMF that was given to World Bank, which unlocked our DPO, had a positive picture about our debt sustainability. Market confidence signal. This we have also achieved. And by the way, what we did was to convert most bullet maturities into amortizing bonds. Let me just explain it in a second. Most of our Eurobond were bullet payment. Bullet means you pay it once. It was coming and you pay it once. What we have done is to change most of them to amortized bond, that you pay them in bits over a period of time. And most of them, so if you look at our curve, if I had time, you can see it has been smoothened. It was having spikes, very long bars. Near-term cost, again, against long-term, you can move to the next. I think I've explained that. Now, this has led to stable and business-friendly macroeconomic environment. Let's just go to that. I don't want to bore you with the 5% GDP growth. This one you know. Move to the next. Our forex reserves, this is what I was speaking to. 6.4 months, it's not even 6.3. 6.4 months of import cover, which is way above the 3 months, which is the threshold. We are at 6.4. That is why we don't have much shocks, even regardless of what is happening in the global economy. Savings, this I need to speak to. Savings have risen from 1.5 trillion in 2022 to 2.85 trillion by June 2026 in this country. Total savings. Total savings. But His Excellency spoke about NSSF savings. It is now at 700 billion. From what in 2022? 285. The figure that HE talks about was 320, but that was 2023. 2022, it was at 285 billion. Look, NSSF has increased their savings. Now what do they have? 285 to 700. The savings has helped us in supporting the Nairobi Securities Exchange. The Nairobi Securities Exchange crossed the historic 4 trillion market capitalization mark for the first time in history on August 4th of 2026, closing at approximately 4.01 trillion, now making it one of the best performing stock exchanges in the world, globally, not even in Africa, in the world. In fact, in 2024, we became the best in Africa. You can move on. I think I've explained all this. Inflation, let me speak to inflation. Inflation has stayed relatively within the 7.5 to 2.5 plus, to 5, which is 2.5 up or 2.5 down. But in the month of May, we had, in April it was 5.6. This was up from 4.4 the previous month. Then it went to 6.7 in May. But it came down to 6.4 in June. In July, it was 6.5. Meaning, even with the problem that we are facing in the Middle East, we can still be able to manage our inflation within the range. And we are expecting this to remain within target. Move on so that we can finish. Now, this, I only want to explain this graph. Credit to private sector. I've heard people say that we are starving private sector of resources, that what are we doing to make sure that people have money in their pockets. The story is different. Credit to private sector from around May 2024, this is the pattern, has been going down. Mpaka it was negative at one point in January 2025. We were really struggling for banks to give private sector money. But this has recovered, you can see, to Today we are talking about 9.3% in May growth in credit to private sector, meaning banks and financial institutions are giving more money to the private sector at a positive growth, almost now hitting double digits. So this, again, is not just happening by chance. You can even see the interest rates have gone down. And this I will not say here, but what National Infrastructure Fund has also done, we may end up with more credits at double digits to the private sector because there will be liquidity in the market. Let's move and we conclude. Yeah, so this is just more explanation on the same. Move on. I think we have explained it basically this. Because of the time, let's move on. In the interest of time. Where have you? You've come back. Go on. To the next slide. The next.